Hey Team Iron, I'm Caroline Foster, and this is my first time doing a Team Iron Power Call, so I just want to tell you a little bit about myself really quickly. My name is Caroline Foster. I run an Instagram, Instablog called Fit for His Glory, and I'm from right outside Nashville, Tennessee. I've been a coach for a little over a year now, which is insane crazy to think about, but I really haven't gotten serious about my business until in January of 2015. So that's when I started signing up coaches and really starting to grow and focus in on my business. And today I'm going to be talking to you about something that I was very hesitant about talking about. I'll be really honest, because I was like, it's just boring. Like, everybody talks about social media. But social media is really, really important in your business. And when I started talking to my downline and I started talking to my husband and some of my friends, and I was brainstorming and trying to decide what topic I was going to talk to you guys about today, the one that kept coming up is social media. And so that's what I'm here with. And hopefully these tips that I have for you today are really going to push you forward in your business and honestly encourage you. And that's really the goal. So the number one thing I want to talk to you about first with social media is pick 1 to 2 social media channels that you are going to master, okay? So I know some people say, like, start a blog, start an Instagram, start a Facebook, start a Twitter, start this, start that, like all these things. But let's be real. When you are a new coach, that is overwhelming. And honestly, even when you've been a coach for a while, that is overwhelming. If you've got a full-time job like I do, that's just not feasible to be able to run all these different handles. So you need to find 1 or 2 social media channels that you are going to master. And when I say master, you're going to know backwards and forwards. You're going to take classes on, you're going to research, you're going to really learn the science behind how it works. And in case you're wondering and questioning yourself right now saying, science? Yes, science, because there is a science to it. And so you need to figure out right now today, what are those going to be? Because here's the deal. You shouldn't start an Instagram account if you can't be consistent with it. You shouldn't start a Twitter account if you can't be consistent with it. Because all those things, when you decide to become consistent one day, it's still all going to be there on your feed. So unless you can really commit to it right now, then don't start one. Maybe save the name and lock it and make it to where no one can see it. But don't start posting on it until you are ready to commit and be consistent. So that's my first thing, is become a master at 1 to 2 social media channels. So for me personally, I have chosen to become a master at Instagram. And I guess you could say I'm working on Periscope, and I sometimes dabble in Facebook. So really for me, I'm really only focused on one thing. And I know it sounds really crazy, but I get almost 99% of my challengers and my coaches through Instagram. So if you're asking yourself right now, is it really feasible to get that many, to really grow a business through just one account? Yeah, it is. Now, here's the deal. My target demographic may be different than your target demographic. So you need to decide what form of social media channel your target demographic is using. Are they using Facebook more? Are they using Instagram more? Are they using Twitter more? Are they using Periscope more? Whatever. You need to figure it out. And that's the form of social media you should be focusing on first and really mastering first, okay? So that's my first tip, is to really focus on 1 to 2 things. Second thing, be you, okay? Like, nothing else matters in this business other than being you and being genuine. You gotta be real, people. Like, you can't go stealing people's content and posting it and making it sound like you, because guess what? Then when someone signs up for a challenge group and they figure out that your devotionals or the things that you say in the challenge group, or they do the one-on-one call with you, and you're not who you say you are, they're going to be really confused and really disappointed, and you definitely won't be getting any recommendations, okay? So you need to be you. Be genuine. People are going to be attracted to the person that you are, okay? So let yourself shine through your posts. Be genuine. Show your heart. And I know for some people that's a little bit more difficult, but sometimes we need to demask, and we just need to be us, because people are attracted to genuine people who they trust and who are really going to love their hearts and who they are and really want to pour into them. Because if they don't feel that through your social media posts, then they're probably not going to sign up for a challenge group, because guess what? they want somebody who's going to invest in them and who's going to care about them. And if they don't see that from you in your post, then they're probably not going to sign up or be attracted to you in the first place. So you need to be you and be true to who you are, okay? There's things about me and things that I do that really don't make sense for other coaches to be posting. And there's things that other coaches post that, I don't post about because that's not me. And that's not something I'm good at. And that's not something that I have life experience or have gone through. For me personally, I'm not a parent. So I'm not going to do a challenge group on, being a busy mom. I'm not a mom, you know what I mean? So I can't talk about that. I don't have anything to bring to the table when it comes to that type of thing. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be an expert on everything, but I'm just saying that you need to be you and you need to be genuine. And just really think when you post something or when you post something from someone, you need to give them 100% credibility or not credibility, call them out, whatever. You need to tag them in the post, you need to tag them in the quote, all that good stuff. So that's my second thing. Be you, be real. Let your short story in your life shine through your posts. Leave little tidbits. I don't know if you were at Summit, but if you heard them talk about sharing your personal story, leave little tidbits of your personal story around in your post. Don't just lay it all out there at one time. Leave little dots of everything to where it just makes people want to get to know you more because they're interested in your life and they're interested in what you have to say and they're interested in your story because they can relate to it. The next thing is don't drink the juice on social media, okay? Like push yourself outside of your box and figure out other strategies. Find out other ways that you can do things. I think, and this might kind of bother some of you guys, but I'm just going to be really real for a second. I work at a full-time job where it's a pretty big brand, and a lot of people drink the juice, okay? So they are obsessed with every single thing that our company does, and they just think it's the coolest, best thing ever. And yeah, that's awesome. You should be passionate about the company that you're working for. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that everything that everybody else does is stupid just because it's somebody else doing it. And I think sometimes at Beachbody and within other fitness coaches, if you look at other coaches, everybody's following the same people and learning the same Instagram strategies from the same people. Push yourself outside of those limits. I took an Instagram class from a girl who has thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, and she's a fashion blogger. And I've been trying to make connections with those kind of people. What do I have in common with them? And I learned more from her Instagram Academy than I had anybody else's. And I'm not saying that there's not great information in these other accounts. Absolutely not. But you need to find other people and what are things that you can learn from them and bring into your fitness business. And you really have to have consistency and flow. So you need to figure out, if you haven't already done so, what is your brand and what are you going to represent, and really almost what is your theme in your Instagram, in your blog, what are you going for? I'm a huge fan of very indie, neglected, I don't really know how to explain it, but very free people-ish. I love, if you're familiar with free people or anthropology, I love that kind of stuff. So just very classy, hippie kind of thing, I guess. I don't really even know if that's the right word. So I try to make everything I do look very have a certain look to it. My pictures all have a certain color scheme, I guess you'd say. So there's certain things that I do on my Instagram. I have a theme. If you look at my feed, I have flow to my feed. If your feed is just a bunch of random photos, it's not it doesn't have flow. And as stupid as that sounds, people are naturally attracted to flow in an Instagram. They're attracted to consistency. Now, I'm not saying go and copy exactly how my Instagram looks or how a fashion blogger's Instagram looks or whatever, but find that flow, find that consistency inside of your business and go with it, okay? So being consistent and really having that theme and that flow to what you're doing is just going to streamline everything, and honestly, it's just going to make you look way more professional. And people are going to be attracted to that because they like things that are very organized and have flow naturally. Our eye is kind of attracted to that. And so those are my things on social media. I hope that it's helpful. Number one was be you, choose 1 to 2 social media channels that you are going to master. Number 2 was be you, be consistent or be real. Just be you in what you're doing. And number 3 is don't drink the juice and really think outside the box and be consistent and have flow in your social media channels. So I hope this was helpful. Comment below if you have absolutely any questions, and I'll do my best to answer it. I hope you guys have an awesome night, and we'll talk soon.